Hello, small town pride. I am here today with musician, composer, cheerleader, entertainer extraordinaire, Joshua Emara. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
So you are known throughout the valley here in Idaho as the kid who got popular playing violin at the Saturday Farmers Market.
Yeah.
And have people recognized you since then?
Oh yeah, it's been crazy. Sometimes I'll go to I don't know, Albertsons or something and get recognized. It's crazy.
And you always carry your violin with you, right?
Oh, of course, all the time.
So how long ago did you start playing violin?
I started in the 5th grade with the school orchestra, and then from there I kind of just did my own thing and taught myself and advanced at my own rate.
Awesome. And what other instruments do you play aside from violin?
I dabble a little bit in piano, and I've also been singing since I can remember. I love singing. Oh yeah, and I play the ukulele as well.
So you are currently, well, I guess it's summer now. So you are about to enter your junior year in high school.
Yeah.
And what's that like, navigating celebrity and going to school?
Well, it is really crazy, but I tend to put school at the forefront because that is really important, and I don't want to shy away from being unprofessional in that field.
So how do you identify as far as gender and sexual orientation?
I am a proud gay teen.
Perfect. So when did you come out?
Gosh, I don't remember. I'd say around, I was really young, 6 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I came to my mom's friend and I was like, look, and I let him know. And then from there he told my mom, which I'm sure she already knew.
Moms know. Moms just know.
I know.
My mom knew longer than me.
Yeah.
It would have taken so much pressure off if she would have just told me early
I know,
on,
right?
right?
I'm like, gosh, I had to tell all the trouble and come out.
So tell me about that story.
Well, it was really humbling to know that my family was behind me 100%, no matter what, and they were there for me no matter what life I would choose to be and have.
Right. So how did your family first take the news?
I don't know. I'm sure they weren't shocked. I'm sure they knew, and they were really supportive in whatever path I would choose to take in life.
Mm-hmm. So do a lot of your peers look up to you as sort of a role model in your school or in your personal life?
Yeah, I'd say I've kind of maybe been that person to some of my people in my school, being that role model that's been working hard and putting in the work to be successful.
So if someone were struggling with how to come out, what advice would you give to them?
I would say it's important to first be comfortable with it yourself, because I feel like it's harder to come out to someone if you're not fully comfortable with being in your own skin.
Mm-hmm. So just do a lot of internal reflection and really try and navigate that. I imagine that, as you said earlier, you relying on friends and networks and peers in some of your social circles helps as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Having a community is always really important and beneficial.
Awesome. Yeah. So back to music. What first sort of inspired the idea to perform at the farmers market of all places?
Well, funny enough, it was in the 6th grade for a cookie fundraiser to go to Moss Camp, and I was like, I'm not doing that, so I'm going to figure out my own way to make the money to get there. So I was like, hey, why don't I just go downtown and just do this myself?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in that way it pushed me out of my comfort zone, and it made a lot of more opportunities in the future a lot easier.
Awesome. So how long have you been performing at the farmers market?
I'd say 6th grade, so 2016, 2018, 17, around there.
So a few years.
Yeah, a few years.
Have you played just the violin there, or have you brought other instruments to play at the farmers market?
As of now, I've just been doing my violin thing, but eventually I do want to bring in my singing act and my original songs. Yeah.
Entertainer extraordinaire.
Yes.
So what are some of the other venues that you've been able to perform in?
Recently I did the Egyptian Theater here downtown Boise. That was crazy. I've seen that venue and been to so many shows there, and it was just surreal to be on that stage and performing there.
Awesome. And we have shared the same space at the Boise Pride Festival main stage.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, being on stage in front of so many people?
Wow, that was crazy. I think just the previous year, the year before that, it was like my first Pride, and just seeing all that was just so eclectic and beautiful. And to be a part of that experience and to be on the main stage was like otherworldly.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So you're also a composer. When did you start composing your own music?
I was like, I'd say 13. I'm 15 now, so a couple years ago. And I don't know, I was just like messing around, having fun, and then I was like, wow, like this could really like be something if I like put in the work and like kept doing it.
And you have.
Yeah.
And so you perform mostly your own music, is that right? Or do you do a variety?
I do a variety. At the Egyptian, I did a lot of my original songs, but of course mixing in with that dancing violin act. Yeah.
So what's that like, learning choreography while playing the violin?
I mean, at first it was crazy, and I didn't understand how like you could do that. I don't know, just one day I had like a click, and it just like, I was like, oh, it makes sense. And I just like did it.
So what are your plans after high school? You've got 2 years left.
I know.
Plenty of time to decide, but.
Yeah, it's really nerve-wracking, but I don't know. I maybe want to go to college somewhere in New York and study performing arts. I've always loved that field, and I think that'd be something creative, and I've always been passionate about to put my effort towards.
Awesome. So what kind of, are you sticking mostly with the violin act, or are you looking to break into more dancing, singing?
Yeah, I'd say maybe more that route, and also I do want to stay with my violin, but possibly somewhere in the musical theater realm, something around that.
Do you have a musical theater icon or character that you really want to play?
Ooh, I'd say, gosh, let me think. I don't know, something like, what's his name? In Hairspray? What's his name? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking right now. No, like the,
We can skip this one.
yeah, wait, oh my gosh. Oh my god, wait. What's his name?
Zac Efron?
Yeah, like, what is, why am I blanking right now?
The guy from Hairspray.
Like, what's his name? No, like just the character's
character.
name.
Well,
Yeah. What's his name? Like that?
yeah,
Okay.
we'll skip it.
Okay.
So you're known for a lot of your work at the farmer's market. What are some other sort of accomplishments that you're really proud of in the work that you've done?
Oh, wow. Well, aside from working at the farmer's market, I have, while I was there, actually got offered to do a music video opportunity. That was really exciting. I recorded this cover on YouTube, and then I shot a video at the Home Depot, or not the Home Depot, the Train Depot. At the Home Depot. At the Train Depot, and that was really exciting and cool.
Lots of reverb at the Home Depot.
Yeah, great acoustics.
Awesome. So what words of advice would you give to the folks watching at home for Small Town Pride?
I'd say, I know it's cheesy, but always follow your dreams. It's really important to listen to yourself and what you want to do in life, and I feel like it's important to always trust that instinct within you.
Do you remember your first time going to a Pride festival?
I believe it was in 2018, when Denim Kane was one of the premier performers, and I was really excited to meet her. It was really crazy to see all these performers, and like just the energy was amazing, and I was really excited to be there.
Awesome. Yeah, it's really exciting. So what does Pride mean to you?
Pride to me means just truly expressing yourself and not being afraid to live your life, and everyone there is doing the same thing, so I feel like it's really easy to get sucked into that like sort of energy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today at Small Town Pride.
Yeah.
How can people follow you and your progress as an artist?
They can follow me at Joshua Emara in Instagram. The @ is its._.joshi, and you can see all of my new events and pictures and all that.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for joining us. We are going to see a performance of yours.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.